Let's get straight into it. So, oh, by the way, this isn't in any particular order. This isn't going from like my favorite to least favorite. This is just like in the order of they either caught my ear or I just started listening to them frequently. So here we go. Number 1, Earl Sweatshirt, Sick. This album was my first heavy rotator of the year. Came out in like January, I believe. Favorite songs off of this: Vision, 2010, and Tabula Rasa with Armand Hammer. The features on here was actually really good too. Also got, oh yeah, speaking of Vision, the Z Lupus feature, I really like that. I don't know why I haven't checked them out yet, but I'm going to after this. All right, number 2 on the list, actually an R&B album. Yeah, I got a couple. I'm going to start mixing in my R&B picks with these two, by the way. So the next one is Circumvent by J. Circumvent spelled C-I-R-C-M-V-N-T. I'm actually new to J. I've seen that he's been putting out music for a few years already, but this is the project that I'm entering in, and I was really impressed, specifically with this song, Frequently. That's one of my all-time vibes of this year. Love that song. Other favorite songs on here is Rat Race, 1080p. Very smooth project, very good like riding, studying, working to. It makes great background and front ground music. Just super smooth, love it. Okay, the next pick, Currency and Alchemist, Continuance. So Currency and Alchemist have a long working relationship. If you're fans of either one of them, then you know that it's no secret that Alchemist is my favorite producer. And Currency is, I'm going to argue, the hardest working rapper in the rap business. I know he's put out more projects than just this, but this project is definitely my favorite. Favorite tracks on here is the Final Board. That was a repeater for me. Just like that sinister background music, and then like his smoothness and calmness that he raps over it, and like the beat change in there at the end is sick. Alchemist's beat changes, beats period, but his beat changes is just crazy. That and like the little like just ad libs and like little clips and sound bites and stuff that he throws in there. Love Alchemist as a producer. But as far as favorite songs here, yeah, I already said Final Board, Obsession, No Yeast with Boldy James, killed that shit. Jodeci Tape, like this is my favorite song to probably actually just like ride in the car to. Definitely heavily rotated in here. Number 4, this one actually kind of like, I feel like kind of like flew under the radar a little bit, and I'm really surprised because it's Big Crit, Digital Roses Don't Die. I think that this is Crit's best body of work. Like seriously, this is his best album. I like the direction he took on this. Like he went like more of a like jazzy, like soulful sound. He did a whole lot more singing on here. But the thing about it is like Crit is actually a legit like good singer too as well. And while he sings, he still managed to keep like that country twang that he's like known for in his vocals. And it's really good. But it's just a mix of like so many sounds. It's like with the jazz and even with the 808s and hi-hats in there that he laces in with some of these songs. It's brilliant. This is a great just showing for Big Crit. Favorite songs on here: Wet Lashes and Shot Glasses. Wet Lashes, I think I just got what that means. Road Clean, that's a super smooth one. Even if I'm riding dirty, I feel like I'm riding clean when I hear that song. South Side of the Moon, I remember this is the first single he put out for this album. He caught my attention with this because I was like, man, this shit's smooth as fuck. Anyway, so there's that. Big Crit. Digital Roses Don't Die. Check that out if you haven't already. Next up, Vince Staples, Ramona Park, Broke My Heart. Vince Staples been on a roll. He actually put out an album last year, which was also on my year-end list. That album was sick, and he didn't slow down with this one. But this one is longer and even more of a body of work. It kind of reminds me of how like Nas put out Illmatic, and then It Was Written. I'm in that minority of people who thinks that It Was Written is better than Illmatic. I feel like he took Illmatic and built on that and like made it like more of a well-rounded project. Man, that's what I feel like Vince Staples did with this as compared to his last project. But his last project aside, this is amazing. I typically don't take the DJ Mustard beats, but he has a song on here with DJ Mustard that I actually love. I really fuck with Magic because it's just like how Vince just managed to just pull off like dropping these sinister ass bars over these like happy beats. It sounds like it shouldn't be happening, which makes it sound like even better. So anyway, my favorite songs off of here is Magic, which makes sense because I guess it's his hit. Mama's Boy, Sick. DJ Quick, When Sparks Fly. Oh my gosh, like when I first heard When Sparks Fly, I was like, dog, like, dude, Vince's creativity does not get recognized enough. Like, just go listen to it. Go listen to this whole album, but when you do, look out for that song. All right, next album off my favorite albums list, Fly Anakin, Frank. This album actually kind of surprised me. I kind of like took a chance checking out Fly Anakin. I believe this is his first full length album, I think. I was first introduced to Fly Anakin through Pink Seafood, who I also kind of recently listened to. And I guess they have kind of a camp or a pocket of artists that just, you know, they fill out a little subgenre. But anyway, dude can rap his ass off, and I want to check out his project, and I'm very glad I did. This ended up being one of my favorites of the year. Beats on here is so smooth. I was super impressed. Favorite songs on here is Don't Be Afraid, that's all one word, Black Beatosaurus, No Dough, and Poisonous Primates. So check that out if you haven't. Shout out to Fly Anakin, this shit was hard. All right, next we got Yard Stewart by Your Old Droog. Your Old Droog been on a roll lately. This is actually, I think, the second or third project in a slew of EPs he dropped this year. At the end, I think starting at the end of last year and then going into this year. I know he made one called Ride Wave, Yacht Wave, Yachty Dangerfield. He just pretty much makes a play on his name, YOD, Your Old Droog. Of those, I put this on the list because this one is my favorite one, the Yard Stewart. From the first song on here, Nightmares and Dreams. Man, just what a dreamy ass instrumental, and Droog is lyrically one of the top rappers out right now, and I really feel like he doesn't get talked about enough, so I wanted to make sure I added this on this list. But okay, favorite songs off of here is Nightmares and Dreams and Go to Sleep. Droog's lyrics is just fire, and it's just I love the effortlessness of it, and just the creativity, how it makes I haven't heard people make connections in their metaphors and stuff like that this well since Wayne. I'm serious. So check this out whenever you get a chance to. All right, next on the list, West Side Gun, Peace Fly God, fly in quotes. This album is why I say, and I stand by, I think West Side Gun is the best rapper in Griselda, and I stand on that. Apparently, I'm in a big minority of Griselda fans who thinks that West Side Gun is the best rapper, but I'm standing by that. Please, if they ever see this, no disrespect to the other guys. I know that you guys are used to getting compared all the fucking time, but I'm in the minority of people who think that West is the best. If not, he at least makes the best projects. And if not that, he at least gets the best beats. The first song on here is just a guy talking, but I listened to that whole song all the way through anyway because that beat is so sick. And he's one of the people who masters the no drum, just samples things, or at least picking those type of beats. And but this project is awesome. This is just West Side Gun's been a staple on my playlist for years, and I pretty much ever since I discovered them. I love the whole gritty and soulful at the same time type combo. It's the sweet and salty mixture, or the sweet and spicy mixture. It just sounds like some shit that just shouldn't be happening. I love that type of thing that stands out, and Wes's creativity and curation, and even though he raps about the same thing on every song, and it still managed to make these fire projects, it's crazy. So anyway, favorite songs off of this: Danhausen, Big Ass Bracelet, and Ritz Barlton. All right, next on the list, number 9. What do you know? Another Alchemist collab project. This is Rock Marciano and the Alchemist, The Elephant Man's Bones. Dude, I haven't listened to a record back to back, 2 times in a row, because I normally hate doing that. I hate listening to songs back to back, but this is the first album I listened to back to back in a while. This is crazy, and they mentioned this on the project that this is actually their first collab project. They've collabed on beats before and made songs together, but this is their first whole project, and man, this is so good. This makes you feel like it was late. Why hasn't this happened before? This shit is amazing. But Rock's style, the way it's just almost slam poetry or something like that, just over beats or whatever. He doesn't try to stay on beat, but yet he is anyway, and he's on a beat that kind of doesn't even have one at the same time. but he rarely even raps on drums. But even there are some songs on here that with drums, like he still he still keeps like that same like flow of consciousness style. It's like, it's ridiculous. The outlandish just like type of shit he says on here. I think he has a bar on here where he's like, man, you throwing all them subs, you must be subhuman. What else did he say on this shit? It said, I'm wearing fear of God, but I don't even fear God. Just the one-liners, just for days on this. So anyway, my favorite songs on here, I'm gonna go with this is the opening track because he just gripped me with this one. Ironically, it's called Rubber Hand Grip. And I'm gonna go with JJ Flash, probably my favorite beat on here. Quit Coke, the title track, Elephant Man's Bones. Oh yeah, and Deja Vu, just Alchemist with it. These beats, man, like the way he picks his samples. I wish I could just be in the room. I wish I could just be in the room. All right, next album on here. Number 10, going with Rome Streets, Kiss the Ring. This is like a rap purist album. This is a rapper's album. You know, I first heard of Rome Streets on one of the Hilla Wears Herman's projects. I was like, man, this dude's flowing his ass off. And then I went to check out his music. And I'm not gonna lie, the music he already had out, I wasn't really feeling it. But I was like, dude can rap his ass off, but it's just the beats. But I had huge hope because I was like, this is before he signed with Westo. So anyway, this is his first project he put out with Griselda, and man, was I fucking right. Give dude some fire ass beats, and this is what happens. A fucking classic. This is another heavy rotator. I could not take this off. Favorite tracks: Ugly Balenciagas, Soulja Boy with Conway the Machine on there, a Non-Factor featuring Westside himself. He has like that kind of like AZ or like Nas or like the Firm type of like style. They change rhyme schemes a lot, you know. And the fact that this is like a pure rap album with like no fucking harmonies, no auto-tune and shit like that, just like straight bars, like even the hooks. And so like it's really refreshing and inspiring actually to see this shit coming out and getting recognition and just doing what it does. The fact that it even exists, I'm really just appreciative of, to be honest. All right, next album, another R&B album. This is Ari Lennox, Age, Sex, Location. Fucking love this album. It's actually taken me a while to get on the Ari Lennox. I've definitely heard about her for years. For some reason I didn't listen to the Shea Butter Baby, even though that got like crazy reviews. But I don't know, I guess I was going through some shit. I wasn't in really much of an R&B mood around that time. But anyway, I'm coming into Ari Lennox on this project, and wow, like I am like super impressed. Incredible singer and making incredible pure R&B music. This is an R&B purist album. And the reason, and I love R&B. I fucking love R&B. People have been criticizing R&B as a genre for a while for like kind of like just going away from what used to make it, you know, like it just doesn't have like that 90s feel anymore. Like people aren't really making too many like love songs anymore, or to have like that love making like type feel. So it's really refreshing to hear Ari Lennox bring this back. But this really gave me like that back in the day, like I'm a little kid, like riding in the car, my mom's playing like Jill Scott and India Arie type of feel. That's the type of like level that this is on. Like I put this up there with those albums. Favorite songs on here: Stop By is my favorite song. Oh, I love that fucking song. Another one of my like anthems. Queen Space, I fuck with. Hoodie, also love that song. The song feels like a hoodie. Like the bass in that song like feels like the warmth of a hoodie. It's crazy. Blocking You, I love Blocking You as well. That's one of the best songs on there. All right, number 12 of the Dope Dozen. Here we are. Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. This project took me by surprise because even though like I've liked every collaboration song that Drake and 21 Savage has done so far, especially Mr. Right Now off of 21 Savage's last album, which was also fucking nuts. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be like as good as this was. It's like two different things you wouldn't expect to go together so well, but they do. Like fish and spaghetti. And yes, fish and spaghetti does go together. And no, fish is not the side, the spaghetti is. Project was ridiculous. The memes for Rich Flex were hilarious, but in all honesty, like, that song bumps, and you can't say it fucking doesn't. Ben About You was another favorite on there. Privileged Rappers is probably my favorite song on here. And More M's, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm getting back in the gym, and that's definitely on my workout playlist for sure. But anyway, this definitely felt more like Drake was like taking the lead, and like 21 Savage was there for like, just like the sauce added. But I honestly wish 21 Savage had more verses on here. Particularly like actually on Rich Flex, like when the beat switched up to like the faster, like more harder beat, like 21 should have got a verse on there. Like he should have like cut Drake off like mid-verse, or like they just trade bars on that. That would have been ill. I feel like there was a few missed opportunities like that on this album, but overall, this shit fucking bumps. This shit fucking slides. This shit fucking rides. Shoot, one of my favorites of the year. Had to put it on here.